On August 12, 2021, Gabby Petito was stopped by police in Moab, Utah. The video from the officer's body camera shows her visibly distressed as she takes responsibility for any issues that might arise, unaware that this would be one of her last recorded moments on Earth. Her smile, usually so confident and cheerful, now seems more like a mask. Just 2 days later, Gabby vanished without a trace. Her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, boarded a flight to Florida, leaving behind only questions and uncertainty. Social media posts from their travels paint a picture of a happy couple on the road, but as the months ticked by, whispers grew louder about tensions in their relationship. The search for Gabby was intense, with thousands joining the hunt through social media and local communities. Her parents, Joseph Petito and Nichelle Schmidt, watched anxiously as each day passed without any news. The last piece of evidence surfaced in September 2021, a notebook found near Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, where Laundrie's body was later discovered, along with a confession to her murder. In the quiet forests of Bridger-Teton National Forest, Gabby Petito's remains were found, ending a long and painful search. The juxtaposition of her meticulously curated online life with the reality of her final days creates an atmosphere of shock and disbelief. Her story haunts us, not just for its tragic end, but for what it reveals about the hidden dangers lurking behind the perfect Instagram smiles. In the summer of 2021, Gabby Petito embarked on a cross-country journey that would become one of America's most haunting true crime cases. Born and raised in New York City, Petito was a young woman with dreams of exploration. Her vibrant personality shone through her social media platforms, Instagram and YouTube, which detailed her travels with fiancé Brian Laundrie. Petito's Instagram account was a carefully curated window into the world of van life, where she showcased breathtaking landscapes, spontaneous adventures, and candid moments of joy. Her videos were filled with upbeat music and enthusiastic commentary, painting a picture of a young woman living her best life away from the urban chaos. Yet, beneath this facade lay complexities that would soon become evident. The era in which Petito lived was one of rapid technological advancement, where social media influencers like her held significant sway over their audiences. The curated lifestyle she presented was both aspirational and isolating, a world apart from the realities faced by many young women. This digital persona masked underlying tensions and conflicts that began to surface as the couple's journey progressed. In the city of New York, the vibrant energy of diverse neighborhoods coexisted with pockets of economic disparity and social issues. Petito grew up in this environment, where dreams of adventure could be both a blessing and a burden. Her departure for a van life adventure was not just an escape, but also a chance to redefine herself outside the pressures of her familiar surroundings. As she set off on her journey, Petito's world became one of open roads and endless possibilities. The landscapes of America, from the bustling streets of Seattle to the serene beauty of Yellowstone National Park, became stages for her storytelling. But this idyllic existence was merely a surface-level reality. The true story lay beneath. The social context of the time saw a growing awareness around issues such as domestic abuse and intimate partner violence, yet many cases still went unnoticed or unreported. The pressure to maintain a perfect online image often led to deeper-seated problems being overlooked or ignored by those closest to the individuals involved. In the world Petito left behind, her Instagram feed was just one of countless stories reflecting the complexities of modern life. Her journey across America was not only about adventure, but also about the hidden struggles that lay within every individual's personal narrative. In July 2021, Gabby Petito and her fiancé Brian Laundrie set off from New York City for a road trip across the United States. The couple documented their travels extensively on social media, sharing an image of a perfect van life with breathtaking landscapes and upbeat posts. However, by late August, tensions between them began to simmer beneath the surface. On August 12, 2021, Petito was stopped in Moab, Utah, for speeding. The video from the officer's body camera shows her visibly distressed as she spoke with law enforcement. She appeared to take responsibility for the infraction and showed no signs of distress or fear that would hint at a more sinister situation. Days after the Moab encounter, Petito's fiancé did not return home, leading her parents to grow increasingly concerned. They reached out to friends who were traveling in Utah but received no word from their daughter. By September 15, 2021, authorities issued an Amber Alert for Gabby Petito, sparking a nationwide search effort. The police expanded the search area and interviewed Laundrie multiple times. On September 19, 2021, Laundrie was arrested at his parents' home in North Port, Florida. At that time, he cooperated with investigators but did not mention Petito's whereabouts. In mid-September, an anonymous tip led authorities to a remote campsite in the Bridger-Teton National Forest near Jackson Hole, Wyoming. There, they found Gabby Petito's remains on September 18, 2021. The discovery was met with shock and sorrow across social media as fans mourned their favorite travel blogger. The investigation into Laundrie's whereabouts intensified in the following days. On September 30, 2021, his body was found near Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park in Venice, Florida. In a subsequent search of his belongings, authorities discovered a notebook where he had admitted responsibility for Petito's death. The events unfolded with relentless speed and intensity, raising questions about the couple's relationship and the failures that allowed such a tragedy to occur. In the wake of Gabby Petito's disappearance in September 2021, authorities intensified their efforts to find her. The initial response was swift. Local police forces in Idaho, Utah, and Florida coordinated a search effort that spanned multiple states. Law enforcement agencies also reached out to other jurisdictions where Petito had traveled, including Wyoming and Nevada. The body camera footage from the August 12th encounter in Moab, Utah, provided a chilling glimpse into Petito's final days. The video showed her visibly distressed as she spoke with police officers. She appeared calm but was visibly shaken, suggesting something deeply troubling. Petito took responsibility for any issues they encountered, despite no evidence of wrongdoing. Despite these early clues, the investigation faced significant setbacks and missed opportunities. Key evidence such as Brian Laundrie's phone, which could have provided critical insights into his whereabouts and activities during the time of Gabby's disappearance, was not recovered until late in the process. This oversight raised questions about potential institutional failures or mishandling of the case. As the search for Petito intensified, authorities expanded their focus to include her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. Laundrie's parents became increasingly concerned when he failed to return home and eventually reported him missing on September 13th, just days after Gabby's body was found. The couple had been in a strained relationship that was evident through social media posts and private communications. The investigation into Laundrie's role in Petito's death revealed several key suspects initially. Authorities focused their attention on Brian Laundrie, his parents, and other potential accomplices who might have known about the plan to harm Gabby. The recovery of a notebook where Laundrie confessed to her murder was a significant breakthrough, but came months after she had been found. Political pressure from various quarters added complexity to the investigation. Local and state officials faced scrutiny for their handling of the case, particularly in Florida, where there were allegations that resources were diverted away from searching for Gabby towards other cases. The discovery of Laundrie's body in Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park on October 15, 2021, brought closure to the search, but also raised further questions about why he had not been found sooner. The investigation into his death is ongoing and continues to reveal new details that challenge previous narratives. The case of Gabby Petito remains one of the most high-profile true crime stories in recent years, highlighting both the strengths and weaknesses of modern law enforcement and the complex dynamics within intimate relationships. Theories surrounding the disappearance and murder of Gabby Petito remain complex and multifaceted. The most prominent theory centers on the involvement of Brian Laundrie, who was the last known person to see her alive. Evidence such as his admission in a notebook found after his death suggested he was directly responsible for Petito's death. However, Laundrie was never convicted due to insufficient forensic evidence and his body being discovered weeks later. Police recordings from the August 12, 2021, encounter with law enforcement in Moab, Utah, provided a chilling glimpse into the relationship dynamics. During this stop, Petito appeared visibly distressed and took responsibility for any issues, which raised questions about her mental state at the time and the nature of their relationship. Other theories explore potential involvement from Laundrie's family members or friends. However, no concrete evidence has emerged to support these claims. The lack of definitive proof and the absence of a motive for other suspects have left many details unresolved. The case also presents a contradiction in Petito's public persona versus her personal life. Her carefully curated social media presence contrasted with signs of increasing tension and conflict documented through private messages and videos, raising questions about whether she sought help or support. Despite extensive investigative efforts, including searches of the forest where Laundrie's body was later found, key evidence necessary for a conviction has remained elusive. The contradictions between Petito's public image and her reality add layers to the mystery, leaving many aspects of the case open to interpretation. As of today, the case of Gabby Petito remains deeply troubling. The miniseries, American Murder, Gabby Petito, provides a harrowing account of her journey and ultimate fate, but many questions remain unanswered. DNA testing has not yielded any new breakthroughs in identifying her remains or linking Brian Laundrie to additional evidence. The Cold Case Unit in Florida has reopened the investigation into Laundrie's disappearance and death, but no significant leads have emerged. No new confessions from Laundrie have surfaced since his arrest, nor have there been any credible new witness accounts that could provide clarity. The Moab police stop video continues to be a central piece of evidence, showing Gabby Petito visibly distressed during the encounter with officers. However, it has not revealed additional details about her whereabouts or fate. The case highlights ongoing debates around intimate partner violence and the challenges in recognizing warning signs within seemingly idyllic relationships. The emotional impact of Gabby's story continues to resonate, serving as a stark reminder of the complexities involved in such tragedies. The case of Gabby Petito has left an indelible mark on American culture, sparking conversations about domestic abuse, social media manipulation, and the failures within law enforcement. It challenges society to scrutinize the curated images we consume online, revealing the hidden realities behind them. One question remains: what signs were overlooked, and what changes will be implemented to prevent such tragedies in the future? If this case gripped you, there are dozens more waiting in the criminal archive. Every week, we uncover new stories that history tried to forget. Subscribe now and never miss a case. The truth is out there, and we will find it together.